All right, now let's talk about perpendicular lines. The definition of perpendicular is that if two lines are perpendicular, if and only if their slopes have product -1. That is, they are negative reciprocals of each other. So for example, if the slope of a line, say were m, call it m1, then the slope of a line perpendicular to this line with the slope of m1 would be the following: 1 over m1, but then the opposite. So sometimes we call that the opposite reciprocal. All right, let's do an example with perpendicular lines. Let's find the slope-intercept form of the line passing through a point, -3, 7, perpendicular to a given line, y equals -3/2 x plus 4. All right, now since we know that perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes, or in other words, their slopes have a product -1, we'll need to identify the slope from this line, take its opposite reciprocal, and then use that slope with this point to write the slope-intercept form of the line. We look at this line, you can see that it is already in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. The slope here is -3/2. So the slope of our line is -3/2. Now the slope of the line perpendicular to this would be the opposite reciprocal. So what is the opposite reciprocal of -3/2? Well, if we take its reciprocal, we'll get -2/3. Then we also must take its opposite, so it becomes +2/3. So the slope of the line perpendicular is going to be 2/3. All right. Now we have a slope. We want it to go through this point. So again, we'll use the point slope formula, and I'll write it down. So we have y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And here we have the slope, and then the point x1, y1. Slope, we want 2/3. x1, y1 is going to be, x1 will be -3, and y1 will be 7. Let's plug those in. Y minus 7 equals slope, 2/3, times x minus -3, that would be x plus 3. Right. Now the example here wants us to put this into slope-intercept form, so we'll put this into y equals mx plus b form. First thing to do would be to distribute the 2/3 into the x plus 3. So y minus 7 equals 2/3 x plus 2/3 times 3. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 3 is 2. All right, and now we need to get the y by itself, so we'll add 7. So we have y equals 2/3 x plus 9. There we have the slope-intercept form of the line that is perpendicular to our given line passing through the point -3, 7.